Okej, mikrofon jest, dobra. Teraz desktop audio.
Coś powiedz, Simpson. Nie słychać, ale chyba ciebie nie słychać. Z podźwiękiem? To dziwne. Po prostu... Okej. Simpson, powiedz coś. Jeszcze raz. Okej, teraz spróbuj.
Teraz coś
Okej,
próbuję.
dobra, teraz powinieneś być.
Okay. It seems like it's working.
It's working? Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. I had some work to do before, so I couldn't set up it earlier. So that's why we have a delay. But you say it's working, right? Yes?
Yes, it is. And Marty is asking if it's for the new release of the Demons.
No, that's just something I just sketching. It's like some loose ideas. I don't know if it comes to fruition, but I said to Daniel before I talked with the Thomas Wittelsbach. I don't know if you guys know him. He make like jewelry, like really beautiful stuff in like in style of a Geiger, like a Mobius, something like that. And we connected via Instagram, and we might do some small project together, like a set of miniatures together. And I'm super excited, but also it's a huge, like I don't know, huge burden, huge responsibility. I don't know how to say it in English, like huge pressure for me to make something cool, because I really respect that guy and he's so awesome. And if I can do this, that would be super cool. So I'm sketching in a free moments like this.
And maybe you could show the Warlock mini, and we can ask the guys for the stairs.
Sure, one moment, Daniel. I would need to first check something out. Sorry guys for the delay, but we are setting up the things, and so one moment.
Okay. Mhm.
I'll be back in a second. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we have some. You've seen some miniatures from July? No, styczeń.
January.
January release. So you've seen like demons we already released, but we prepared also something more.
Basically, the case is that the Sławek is designed a very cute pose for the one of the miniatures, but you will see it in a moment. We are not sure about it because the miniature comes.
So well, you are not sure about it. I'm
Yeah, I'm
very
not
sure about it.
Yes, I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, because it's it's like a more diorama pose, something like that. It's not like a normal miniature. As you see, she is like stepping on the stairs. So Daniel is concerned that she is too specific to use anywhere else. So he he made me
Ask
to
politely.
ask politely. He made me to make her like on a normal base, like without the stairs. So I will do it right now. And you can see the first of the miniatures we prepared for the demon release. So if you have any like comments, please do say them on the Discord. Daniel is reading your Discords. I won't be able, but he will give me your questions or suggestions or something like that.
Yeah, that's for sure. One thing is that we probably need to cover her a little much more because right now he's quite naked, I could say.
I don't know. People say that we should cover her. Or it's like I don't know, like a guidelines from Patreon.
We probably didn't choose the option for the mature content only.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we need to do this. I don't know really. I can do this. That's no problem. But as I said, I would like to ask the people that are be printing this and painting this what they are thinking about it.
Maybe before the release we'll make a poll about it, just to be sure that the people won't feel offended by it or so.
Sure, no problem. I don't have the preference either way really. So, and one of our demons, we the last demon is already half naked. So I don't know. should we cover her up also? I don't know.
But the greater demon is of last. It's a little more demonic than this warlock,
Maybe.
and her pose is not so obvious.
Okay. Sure.
I'm just not sure about it.
Yeah, no problem.
Maybe it's okay, maybe it's not.
I'm not
We
sure
should check
either.
it before the race.
I'm not sure either, and I don't, as I said, I don't have really preference about it. So if I don't know, it's best to leave to the patrons, I think, to decide
Yeah,
this.
probably.
Yeah. So, what do you think about this change? This so she's not on the
standing
stairs.
pose?
Yeah.
The Barty says that he's like it, but he's not really played a table pose, so he can say anything about the guys who play the tabletop, and probably will use these miniatures to alternate models for mage or for demon warlocks. Like
yeah. So my question is, do you prefer the like better poses and miniatures for painting, or more, I don't know, useful miniatures, something like that? Because I don't. Sometimes I have a idea for the miniatures that are not super useful on the tabletop, but will be very cool looking. So my question is, do you mostly print? I don't know. To use it,
Marty says that
or
it's
to
for
paint it?
painting, basically for him.
Sure. I think the stream will be very quick, very short, because I already finishing this.
You are close to it.
Yeah.
We can show a little more from the next release also. It is always good.
Yeah, sure.
If it's good, it's working, it will be short and informative. It's all good.
Do we had any suggestions? The Discord or on Facebook page?
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
next
From the last 2
releases?
days, yeah, people were asking for the things like Vikings, like a little more of the steampunk dwarfs, like our metal birds. So we should get this covered pretty soon. A little more dragons, and many people are joining our Patreon right now because of the Dragon Empire line, and people are asking for the more models from this line. We would like to, first of all, we would like to show a little more of our other miniatures, and then we'll probably go back to the Dragon Empire and put another set of it, because as you may see on our store, there is many more miniatures from this line basically ready. Lots of them need a little more overtune, because
they were quite old.
Quite overkill for the most of the printers right now, because many people have the Eligmars and the Anycubic Photon, and some kind of the details from those miniatures probably won't work there. So we need to make it a little better prepared for the Patreons and for the printing on the all kind of printers. But I would have one more question, because when we were preparing the miniatures for the printing and the molding, we basically print them in few parts, then assembling them and then make the molds for them and just put them on the store. Would you, as a patron, as a guys that are printing those miniatures, would like, it's better for you to have the whole miniature set up and only work on the how to make it good looking after the print, or you would like to make that if any miniatures are standing in the few parts, and then after printing you will assemble it, because if there is many parts for the miniatures, it's easier to set up all the printing settings to make it look good. I hope this is clear for you.
I
didn't
don't know.
use
I
English
don't know
like-
if it's clear because I don't understand what you said. I think you are saying if it's better to have multi-part miniatures that we think it's better to print, or single-part miniatures, and you will figure out how to print them.
Exactly.
Do you want to work more on the supports, or do you want to work more gluing them together, assembly, something like that? Yes.
Yep, exactly.
There are some
Marty.
answers. Or...
Yeah. Marty said that, okay, it's working like this. When we export the STL files from the miniatures, and if the miniature is in parts, and you will put them in the slicer program, they will be in the exactly same place that we export them from the ZBrush. So it will be working good. But if, let's say, like in the last time, we have a problem with one of the parts, and we have to repair it in the NetFab, then the orientation is lost. And after that, when you import this part, it will be in the different position than the originally was. And probably we can make it like just make the parts for the miniatures and then make the whole miniature as another object. So the patrons will have the options to print the whole model or print the separate parts for it.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a questions for the patrons. How do you feel about multi-part miniatures? How I don't know how to say it. How important for you is to have like this mage, for example, with multiple heads? Because this is of course more work for us, and if we do like a demon with the two different set of heads, this will be in cost with another miniature or something like that. But if you really like the multi-part aspect, the choosing your own head for this demon or something like that, we can make like this miniatures more multi-part, more something like that.
More options for
more options, more optional. You can choose which head and so on, but it would be in cost of the other miniatures, because I won't be sculpting next miniature. I will be sculpting the next head for this demon. So what do you prefer? What is more important for you? More miniatures or more parts in the miniatures, something like that? And of course, not one part equals one miniature. That's not the equation, of course. So because for me, I don't really like multi-part miniatures. I think that if someone decided this miniatures should look like that, I don't want to change it. But of course, that's me. So this is question for Discord.
Okay. We don't have many people watching us, but the people that are watching are saying that they are preferring the extra miniatures and stick it with the first idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
And
we will of course ask more. We will be contacting other patrons on Discord, and we will be talking with them also. So this is not like a deciding moment.
yeah, that's for sure. And guys, I would like to say sorry for the Zeppelin model because I didn't think about putting it in the photon. So the next day is like probably in the Friday when I have some time, so I will cut the large balloon parts in there too. So it will be much easier to fit it in the photon.
I think I'm going in circle. Just finish it.
And you see, it didn't take too long.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, that's for sure, Marty. Probably the next set I will need to think about the design of the biggest part of the bases, make it easier to cut and glue together without seeing the lines of the connection.
So the bases also don't fit on the printer.
Yeah,
space?
the two biggest one, like for the Colossal Zeppelin, it's 170 millimeters, and Photon, I think it's 160 max at the height. And even if you put it on the some of the angle, it won't fit. Every day a new discovery.
Yeah. I think we can. Yeah, this is new thing for us, and we of course made some research and do some preparations. But of course, we will be learning during this thing. So that's and we are open for the suggestions, and we want to know what you guys need and what you guys want from us.
Prefer.
Sure.
Yeah. Hopefully, I may say that it's a long road ahead of us, and we are really hyped of the initial response to our miniatures on the 3D printing community.
Yeah.
So thank you, guys. It was really huge boost of confidence that we are making good thing.
Yeah, and other thing is like we making resin miniatures and Kickstarters with the resin miniatures and so on. I wouldn't say we are like bonded by the expectation of people or something like that, but you want to hit the largest target you can think of. And here I think people are really like the new things and appreciate the things that are not super mainstream. I don't say some super niche things, but I think appreciate more the releases with the Dragon Empire or Metal Birds and so on. So I'm happy we can do something little different than we do with the resin miniatures.
But if you really like our dwarfs, so probably you will be really happy really soon.
Yeah, the other thing we are discussing, it's discussing. We discussed the Metal Birds with Daniel, because we want to release them on Patreon someday, some month, and I said to Daniel that we need to make some
Bring more life to the miniatures.
yeah. So some more flesh dwarfs, some standard dwarfs to make some people that are just collecting dwarfs happy. So the question is for you, how much you want to in this release, how much you would like to
real flesh dwarfs you would like to see, because the Metal Birds is designed as a Autobots from the dwarves forges.
like a robots, like automatons, yes.
And all of the models are there, besides the hero models, are basically steampunk robots. And we are not quite sure if you want to bring them to the Patreon, because it will be close. Not so many people will be interested in it, and we're talking about it to make it more flesh and more of the real dwarf with the steampunk elements and the cyber legs, cyber hands, and so on, and probably cyber ram mounts and so on, and just one basic
Clockwork,
unit.
Or than cyber.
Okay, true that. Yeah. A little too much hyped about this coming cyberpunk.
Cyber dwarfs maybe in the future, once we maybe gather people for the sci-fi release, there will be some enthusiasm for it. But we are thinking about how much steampunk to give the Metal Birds release, and how much like a normal dwarfs to make them. What do you prefer also? Okay. I think I'm finished with her, and I don't, maybe some small touches, but right now I don't think it's much left to with her.
Could you remove the base and just look at it from the bottom of it to see?
This is not still. It's not like a field.
Okay.
She's not filled right now, so I don't think. But there is like a one hole here, and everything else is together. So
should be good.
Yeah, and then the cape is also integrated with the head, so it should be like beside the horns. I think that shouldn't be super hard, and the feathers here might be problematic. Need support, so kind of support. But this is also another question. So of course, in the resin, this is also some discussion between me and the guys who cast our miniatures. How much I can make like a miniatures problematic in the casting sense, in the printing sense, and so on. So our miniatures might be, I don't know, a little harder to print. I don't think much harder to print than the other miniatures, but maybe need some additional supports. But I think we try to make them look the best as we can, not making them impossible to print. So I hope you don't curse me much when you need to support some feathers, because it's better right like here. So I see the miniatures that are super prepared for printing, but they are looking not very good. Like they're looking like a statues, not like a living thing. So I think we need to get some balance there. I don't know if you agree or not.
Marty says that Hand with the Monk was a nightmare, and just said that when he finds Prusa Slicer, it was starts looking easy for him
Yeah,
and come up to it.
also the old miniatures that we are prepared for the resin casting might be little harder, and the new miniatures that we are preparing right now for Patreon, I think we thinking more about easy to print them. So the monk was prepared like I don't know, 2 years ago, something like that, 1.5 years ago.
Oh, it's a 3. It's 3 years.
3 years ago. Okay, so 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were not even thinking about the selling our STLs. So it's not he's not prepared for the.
We were basically prepared that for the much smaller printing size. Like we have our printer, then have like 25 for 40 for 120 millimeters printing size. So
that
you're
was
cutting
also that was also wax printer, I think. So there was no support, I think. I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
we
it
can
was
confirm.
covered with the wax.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure when we printed. We probably printed in the project.
Okay.
But I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, but really, back then I wasn't thinking about really how it will print, because I don't know.
There were other guys doing that.
Yeah, and so yeah, maybe, but really, okay. I don't have any excuse, any more excuse. Hope you like the
You don't need
miniatures.
excuse.
Hope it was worth it.
Hey. Okay. We have a little more to show you.
I started painting the Oni. Won't be visible.
For illustration?
From my illustration, yeah. Because I started painting again because I'm watching streams on Twitch that people during the sculpting people are painting, and I was inspired. So maybe I will shot some pictures and show you on the Discord.
Yeah.
I'm not the best painter, so don't expect anything. I just started, so. And I see on Discord that someone started painting the Oni in the red colors. It's also super. We have them painted on our website, and the painter chose the black color. I don't know why, really. I like the vibrant colors on Oni. Okay, so maybe we can show the other demon that we are preparing for the
January release.
Mm-hmm. So this is the big boy. It's like a berserker or something like that. It's like a I had an idea to make him like Hulk out, like in the middle of the transformation. So you see his muscles bursting out, and he's super buffed, and the skin on his back is ripping out, and the demon inside him bursting out of his human flesh or something like that. That was the idea of him. I think he looked cool. It's not super complicated like Warlock. She have a lot more stuff on her, but I think that once I started painting, I realized how much work is my miniature for painters. It's so much stuff, and when I'm thinking about painting my own miniatures, I'm thinking about these poor painters that have to paint all the details. So I made something less complicated this, but I think he looks cool.
It could be quite easy to paint.
Yeah,
It's lots of details, but easy details to show during the painting.
Yeah. That doesn't mean I won't be making like a detailed miniatures anymore, because I love a lot of stuff on my minis, but still I appreciate now the less is more philosophy. Have some fire in his eyes.
In my opinion, it was looking better without this fire.
Nah, I don't know. Have something. Daniel suggested to to make two versions, so that's super easy. So we made like a two version, one with the fire, one without. So you can choose if he have fire from his eyes or not. Just adding one symbol.
Probably during the preparing this miniature, I will cut off the head. To just make it easier for printing with all the details on the top of the printing face. So it would be really easy to make two heads for him. Okay, guys, that's probably all we want to show you for today. And thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, we will try to make it more often, and try to make these streams like a part of community experience or something like that, where we can talk with you like this, and ask you questions and get the suggestions, and maybe change something if you don't like it, or maybe you have some cool ideas that I can steal.
We were always trying to make our projects more community heavy and make possibility for the community to make their designs and lead us the way they really wanted. And this will be the same thing probably with our patron. We'll try to work as hard as we can with all the patrons just to make the best possible model for them and what they really want and need.
Well, one thing is that first we do this for our patrons, so we need to know what they want. And second, as I said, it's just easier for me if I know where to go with my miniatures, and this is not like some hit for my artist integrity or something like that. I like the back and forth with people, and new ideas, and developing new ideas. So as I said, if you have any ideas, any like dream project you want to see, please write us on Discord, and we will think about it. Because if I see something that I really like, I don't really
Just
care if
yeah,
it's
Sławek would make it in no time. If
yeah
he likes something, he just find time to make it.
yeah, and Daniel will say, I don't know, we have dwarfs this month, and I will do it on top of the dwarf because I like this new project or something like that. So you can count on me being disrespectful to Daniel.
Okay, great. Okay, guys, thanks for your opinion. Thanks for being with us. We'll just stop it here and probably make a few more streams in the near future. We can promise you that it will be a weekly basis or monthly basis. We don't know yet. Right now, we are trying to get it all working together and be as possible. And we all know that the Christmas is coming, so it will be a really busy time for all of the people around the world. So probably during in the new year or in the just before the new year, we'll make another stream. Thanks, guys, and see ya.
Thank you. Bye. One moment. I have to find the
Close up.
stop stream.